All right. All right, so we're going to record this now for everyone, so you know.
Yeah.
All right, then yeah, let's say hello and welcome to this Zoom live event, Creating Inner Freedom and Success, Emotion Management with Wingwave Coaching. My name is Christiane Newman. I'm the host for this event. I'm a trauma-informed coach. I'm an NLP trainer, and I'm also a certified Wingwave coach. I'm helping to introduce Wingwave coaching to America. Therefore, it is my great pleasure that we have the co-founder and the co-developer, or both basically still developing it, today here live with us to speak about the topic of inner freedom and success, emotion management with Wingwave coaching. A topic that's actually very dear to my heart because of my own personal experience with trauma and PTSD and how to overcome it, my journey to move towards the future and having success now here in this current situation in life and moving on. And so today you are in for a treat. Of course, we will introduce Wingwave and so that you have a clearer picture of what it is and how does it work. And then hopefully we have time to do a live demonstration with someone who's volunteering for that one. And then in the end, of course, we also have time for questions and answers. So if you have any questions, please write them in the chat. And so we will keep track of that, and I will keep track of it one. And we already have some through social media that we will have answers for you later. And we basically, please keep yourself muted. Just that one is important. Keep yourself muted because we're going to record this. And if you are then asking the question and we ask you to unmute yourself, then please do so. And with that one, please, my pleasure is to introduce the two main speakers today, which is Cora Besser-Siegmund and Lola Siegmund. And I'd like to read the introduction for Cora Besser-Siegmund, the psychologist, licensed psychotherapist, business coach, training instructor, co-owner of the Besser-Siegmund Institute in the heart of Hamburg, my city in Germany. For 30 years, she has been developing together with her husband, Harry Siegmund, short-term coaching concepts for business and performance context. Among others, the scientifically based Wingwave method, which is now practiced by more than 8,000 coaches internationally. Cora Besser-Siegmund is also the author of numerous coaching books for self-management programs, as well as for methods and intervention concepts for the professional coach, trainer, or consultant. So please, you have the word.
Yes, thank you, Christiane. Thank you for inviting me and the butterfly. And Lola, of course, she will talk to you later. And I would like to give you a little introduction into the Wingwave method. And I prepared a presentation for you. I would like to share my presentation. Oh, where is it? Oh, it was there. Sorry. Oh.
It was there earlier, I know.
It was there earlier, yes. Here it is. So let's try.
I will do some coaching you afterwards.
You're coaching me afterwards, yes, with Wingwave, because Wingwave is anti-stress management. And here it is, stress is over and the presentation is on. So welcome to Wingwave Coaching. Wingwave Coaching is a kind of emotion coaching, and we have a slogan or 3 slogans: achieving success, resolving blocks, attaining peak performance. And I would like to repeat what Christiane told you already. I showed you already the butterfly, and the butterfly is a metaphor for the whole method. Maybe you know the speech that people are saying sometimes a wing of a butterfly can change the whole climate on the other continent. And that means that a little impulse can trigger big effects. And this is what counts for working with emotions, because people often are able to do what they want, but they are suffering from a blockade that they cannot show their talents and their potentials in the right moment. I will tell you some examples about that, but I would like to tell you, because we are very proud of it, that last year in 21, Wingwave had the 20th anniversary. And now we have Wingwave represented in 40 countries, and Christiane will be our next representative in USA. Thank you for that. We have over 85 training teachers worldwide, and Christiane plans to become one of them. And over 8,000 coaches worldwide, and really several countries. We are very proud of that too. And all these coaches, of course, they also have coaches. So many people already took advantage of the method. Maybe a piano player. This is my first example. When somebody learns to play piano, it's a long way. And it doesn't help that a butterfly is flying around and helping him. The person has to learn and to exercise. But when the person is giving a concert and wants to earn money with that profession, then it could count if the person is in the right emotional mood to feel comfortable and resourceful in front of the audience. And sometimes a little emotion is coming up, not a nice one, not a butterfly, but a blockade, maybe a fear, or the person is shy, or is not concentrated. And this little thing could blockade the whole concert. We already had examples like that. And so the little emotion becomes very important to help our clients to perform in the right moment and be in a flow with what they have learned and what they are able to do. And you also know these examples from pupils or from students, or you maybe you made the experience by yourself, or you know it from your children. Sometimes the children feel very happy and secure in front of an audience, and then they can perform perfectly. But we have the other example that pupils learn at home and know everything by head, and when they are in the exam, they say to themselves, "Oh, I think I have forgotten everything." But it's not forgotten, it's only a stuck situation. And we also know these problems from sportsmen and women, that sometimes people say a person or a sportsman or woman is a training champion. That means that the sport man or woman shows the best results in the training, but when there is a championship or the Olympic Games, suddenly the person performs in another way, and that's a pity. Also in business, these are not business people I know, but it's a good example for being in a debate, because sometimes you are in a debate when you have a discussion with your team or with clients or politicians or with the law, and then you are in the middle of the debate and words are missing. But when are the best arguments are coming into your mind? When the meeting is over, when you are in the elevator, and that's too late. And Wingwave can help with a little butterfly, that the right emotions are coming up in the situation and that you find the right words, even if the debate is very on a peak, that the brain keeps on working. And this is the next metaphor for the word Wingwave. The second part is wave. That means that this is an abbreviation of the English word brainwave. That means being very creative, having great ideas, and light is coming up into your mind. And this little butterfly and the Wingwave message can help to create the right brainwaves that you are successful in moments like this or that or that. Okay. I already told you that people who are high performers could suffer from emotional blockades. And I told you that Wingwave is an emotion coaching, and maybe you never realized it, or will show you again or tell you about that the basic of the word emotion is a Latin word motion, motio. And that means being in the flow, that means movement and nice emotions. Also, so if it is fear or anger, it's not a problem to suffer from fear when a tiger is coming or if somebody is insulting you. It's not a problem. It is right. The correct emotion which is coming up. But when the situation is over, the emotion should flow away. And these are healthy emotions. They come and go. And these are the blockades. But normally you overcome your emotional blockades without coaching, without any coaching, also without Wingwave coaching, because many people know that the emotions are flowing away by themselves, and mostly in the time when we are sleeping. So there's another speech when you are in an emotional mood that people say, sleep one night, then it will be over. And it is called, the scientific word for this model that emotions are coming and going by themselves, it's called adaptive information processing, AEP. It's, you don't have to do anything, you only have to sleep. In the sleep you're dreaming, and when you are dreaming you have something which we call rapid eye movements. And we know it since many years that dreams are accompanied by very vivid eye movements. And scientists think that the REM phases are responsible for AIP, to overcome emotions with your own capability. But sometimes the blockades don't vanish by themselves, and then we have to help to bring a flow again into the blockade. And there was a great idea of NLP therapists in the 80s. They, you know their names, John Grinder, Robert Dilts, and also a psychotherapist. Her name is Francine Shapiro. She was a student of especially John Grinder and Robert Dilts. And in the 80s, there was a really strange idea among the NLP therapists. They said, if somebody cannot overcome emotional blockades by the own flow of emotions, and we cannot talk to the person, because talking to people who have a blockade mostly does not help, maybe another thing could help, that we are waving in front of their eyes to help their eyes to move like they are moving in the REM phase, so that we make artificial awake REM phases during the day. And they were very successful in the trauma therapy. For example, veterans who suffered from vivid pictures which did not go away by themselves and which didn't allow them to recover from their trauma. Suddenly they vanished and faded away, and the people felt free from the bad memories and said, now I feel and understand that what happened is 10 years ago, and now I can recover from this experience. And Harry and me, when I say Harry is my husband, he is a co-developer of Wingwave, he's also a psychologist. When we learned about this method, it is called EMDR, we were so surprised. We knew the intervention already from our NLP days, but Francine Shapiro, she did a great work. She did not only wave, she did a lot of research about this method. Because, you know, in Germany, but also in America, people the psychotherapists were upset about that idea and said, it's too easy. You cannot wave in front of the eyes of people and they feel better. But it was like that. And so the only thing which could help it to make good research about that method. And in the 90s, Harry and me learned the method in Germany again. And we discovered that it was so successful that we said, oh, it's a pity only to offer such powerful possibilities only in the clinical field. Because we knew already a lot about these other cases. I told you about pupils, students, people who go to work, people who make sport, that they suffer from blockades and cannot fulfill their dreams, cannot reach their goals. And we said we have to use this method also with a focus on everyday life. And with a focus on everyday life quality. And we discovered later, and it's also a knowledge from EMDR, but also a knowledge from scientists who are working with eye tracking, that not only rapid eye movement can help to overcome blockades, also very slow eye movements, which we are normally using during the day without knowing that, can help to intensify resourceful states in a person. I will show you a little movie. These are SPAMs, smooth pursued eye movements. And scientists found out that when sportsmen who are playing in teams like football, basketball, that they are better in concentrate on the movement of the ball and of the other players when they have smooth pursued eye movements and when the eyes are not hopping around, which is called saccades. And so maybe later there's a possibility I can show you a little demonstration with that, if there's time enough. You can intensify resourceful states at about 10, 20, 30% to the better feeling of a person. And you can use SPAMs to study motoric skills. Very interesting. Okay, that's not end. So, and this is really interesting. It's research which is only 1 year old. It's an FMRT research. And here the scientists made Abbildung, pictures of the working brain when the eyes are moving. This is this picture with all the colors. And on the other side, you see the activity in the brain when the eyes are not moving. So this is a proof that it is very it's a very good idea to use eye movements, and also only little eye movements, to be in a good state. So connectivity means that many parts of the brain are not only there. The brain is better for you and for others when all the parts of the brains are working together, when they are online, or the part of the brains. And the scientific word for that is connectivity. So you can enhance connectivity between your ears of many parts of the brain when you're using eye movements in the right moment to help people to overcome blockades, or if they are resourceful, to feel more and more better. So this is an example. It's not in the coaching room. This is a sport which is called skydiving. And here you can see also a Wingwave coach. His name is Mark Zimmermann, and he is a teacher for skydiving. And he is using the eye movements during the fall. So when he and his students are jumping out of the plane, and the students are a little bit insecure and feel a little bit confused and don't know how to keep balance when they are flying, he takes them with one hand, and with the other hand he is bringing connectivity into the brain between the ears. And if you want to see this movie, it's on YouTube, and you can easily see that the student Mark is working with, that she is struggling around when she's falling out of the plane. And when he starts making these eye movements with her, suddenly you can see that she really flows into a nice body balance. Maybe you like to see that movie. I only want to show you that because I want to tell you that Wingwave is really specially made for coaching. This is not a psychotherapy, what you are saying here. Yes, this is just fun people want to have, and they make skydiving. It's life quality, living your dreams, and a really nice example. And therefore, so if you want to become a Wingwave coach, you also have nice things for coaches who have really good ideas how to integrate Wingwave into different contexts. And therefore Mark Zimmermann just got an award from us, a special award for being very creative in using the Wingwave method. And this is not the only award I want to show you. This is another example. Very nice lady. She has a very friendly person. Her name is Christiane Schwanitz, and she used Wingwave to get the golden medal in the Olympic Games in 2015. And she was telling in talk shows that she was able to get this trophy, or this golden medal by the help of a Wingwave coach. Another award, we are very proud of that. It's some years ago, but it's still we are very proud. We also got the coaching award from the Association for Business Psychology in UK, London, for the researches we made about Wingwave and how we introduced Wingwave into the business and into several companies, like, for example, Volkswagen. Volkswagen is using Wingwave since 20 years. We have been one of the first coaches who worked with Volkswagen, and still also to today they are asking for Wingwave when they are sending their colleagues to our coachings. Okay, I would like to make a little stop because Laura, we didn't introduce you, but I want to tell about the story about coaching a piano player, but Laura, you are the publisher of the English title of our book, and you just made the Wingwave training with us in Hamburg, and you already used it as a coach. And maybe it's better that I'm not only talking about success with Wingwave. I think you are a really nice example for a coach who learned Wingwave and already could help a client to succeed. Yes?
Gladly, yeah.
Yeah.
Very gladly. Thank you. For those who don't know me, I'm a master NLP master trainer, and I had been wanting to do the Wingwave certification for several years, and so finally we got around to doing it. And this past year, and just about a month ago, I'm a singer, and I teach. I'm on the voice faculty at the university here in Erlangen in Germany, and I was working with a student of mine who really couldn't sing. She had a block. It had nothing to do with her ability to hear to differentiate pitches, but she really could not sustain a tone. And she's been with me for a couple of semesters, and we've been working from different aspects, and she'd made a lot of progress, but there was still something blocking her. And so when I got back from the certification with Wingwave, I asked her, I said, could we try something very different? Could we try this method with you, Wingwave? And I explained to her a little bit about what it is and what it involves. And we did it. And that very first lesson, what often happens, I mean, as Cora was saying, Wingwave, what you're doing is you're helping the mind process information. So that very first session, when we did the Wingwave, basically the eye movement, therapy, we basically, it was more confusing than anything else in that moment. And I thought to myself as we left, I thought, oh, I'm curious to see what's going to happen. And so she left, and then a week later, when she came back for her lesson again, she could sing. And I've never been so surprised in my life. I mean, I've helped singers become really great, use their voice in amazing ways, become professional singers through different techniques. But to have somebody who really could not sustain a tone, to go from this, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, to a point of absolutely working was amazing. And the only thing that I can attribute that to was the work we did the week before with the Wingwave coaching method. And then we've met again. We met last week after the Christmas break, and I wanted to see if it was sustainable. So we just went straight in and sang the piece that she's working on, the aria that she's working on, and she did it. Everything was still there. So something in the process of doing, I mean, Cora, you've been doing this, and Lola, you've been doing this for years, so you've experienced this many times. But for me, just to see this difference, I asked her this last week, I said, what do you think? Does it have to do with what we did? And she said, yeah. And she sort of explained a little bit of what she was experiencing on the other side. And it was a very emotional experience for her in general, but she could then sing. So it is a method, as we saw with the skydiving, it's a method if you want to overcome fears, which is, I think, part of what her blockade was, for a variety of reasons. If you want to be able to learn faster, just to be able to do better, peak performance, it's an amazing method. It really is.
Okay,
Thank you,
very much. Thank you very much, Laura. So this is a nice example for people who joined the Wingwave training and could use it only some weeks after successfully. Okay, thank you. So if you allow me, I would like to continue with my presentation and would like to join Laura to talk about another part of the method. We are not only working with altering stimulations of the eyes. We are using a muscle test, but this is only possible when we make present coaching. And I want to tell you, when you are interested in becoming a Wingwave coach in LA in March, that Lola and me will come personally in present to give the training. So you have the opportunity to learn this element too. Okay. So we are working with a muscle test, and it works like you can see it on this picture. And the coach is pulling at the fingers of the wing, trying to open the wing. The coachee is holding very strongly. And when the wing is testing weakly, we know there is a stress behind a trigger we gave to the person. And these triggers are mainly words. So we also call Wingwave neurolinguistic coaching, because we are working with buzzwords and buzz sentences. And while we are doing the test with hands, with fingers, I want to show you that in our prefrontal cortex, there's a person had a funny idea to build these little figures who show you from the percentage how many neurons your brain is using to activate the hands. And you see that you need more neurons, much more neurons to activate hands in comparison with legs or with arms. And so the hand of a person and the fingers are a very nice compass with a muscle test to show you whether a stress is behind a trigger or not. And just to tell you, before somebody is writing this into the chat, we already had researches about this method. This research was made by the Sport University of Cologne. They wanted to find out with this apparatus if the test is reliable. So if a person is pulling fingers and a machine is pulling fingers, if you have the same results. And is it like that? Yes, the answer is yes. You have the same results, and so you can dare to also to work without a machine to find out what it could be a very special emotional trigger for a person, maybe a piano player, because I have another story for you. I was working with a piano player, and this piano player gave concerts, and suddenly there was a concert where the piano player felt very uncomfortable. He was afraid that a panic attack could come up, but he didn't know why this happened, and he came to the coaching. He also took coaching sessions for other topics before, but for him, he couldn't find out why he had this bad emotion, because the audience was nice and he was well prepared. You know, it's a typical case for needing a Wingwave or an emotion coaching. And we used the test, and I gave neurolinguistic triggers to the person. We only said the word audience, but the test was strong. And the Wingwave coach knows audience is not a problem. So we have to concentrate on other possible triggers. The next thing that was only there was the piano, the instrument, because he said, I didn't play on the instrument on this piano before, and it was a little bit different from my pure piano at home, but piano strong. Then the next idea was to test the program of the concert, and we said the word piano piece. And when we said piano piece, then the test was weak. So we knew there is something with the program, something with the pieces he was playing. And he knew the program by heart, and we went through the program, and there was a certain piece And that piece was the problem, but he didn't know why. And we went through this piece part by part, and suddenly there was a part. He told me that there was for the player the advice to play very loudly, fortissimo, fortissimo. And he played very loudly, and suddenly he got the panic attack. And then we went back with a test to find out why is that a bad trigger to play very loudly. And we landed in his childhood. You can do it with a test. You can find it very easily. And when he was a child, he had a brother, same age, and they were living with their parents in a little flat. And his father was a shift worker. So sometimes the father had to sleep during the day, and the boys were told to play not too loud, because when they played too loudly, the father would wake up, and the mother and the parents get very angry. And so the boys always tried to play very silently. So this came up suddenly when he was playing loudly fortissimo, the bad experience that this is forbidden. And when we raved about this experience, being afraid to be too loud, the panic symptom, he could overcome it and he never had it again. And so this is a really nice story to tell you, to explain to you that we are doing with this test. Okay. I already told you that Francine Shapiro was a great work from her that she made the researchers. I mentioned the Sports University of Cologne, and I want to say that about this kind of working, we had funded scientific studies in 4 countries at 9 universities. All subjects were mentally healthy. There were students, sportsmen, pupils. And the result is always that when coaching clients are coming, that in most cases you need 2 to 3 Wingwave sessions to help them to overcome emotional blockades, which are not a sickness, they are only a blockade. And if you are a mental healthy person, then 2 to 3 sessions already could have this nice effect. And we are not only working with the eyes, with a bilateral altering stimulation, we are also working with music. It's a special composition of music where the tone is altering. And there are also researches which show that the brain connectivity is enhanced when you treat people with altering tones, like you do it with the eyes. Maybe you want to visit the Wingwave shop or the Wingwave app. There you can try it for free. There's a free version of the Wingwave music, and the Wingwave music lowers the arousal, the pulse rate. We have also a study about that. It improves the connection between different brain areas, improves learning performance. Our students and pupils learn what they have to learn for school or for university very successfully with the music on the ears. And it improves sport performance. We found out with mountain bikers that when they're listening to the music, also not while they're riding the bike, but before riding down the mountain, that they are, you can see that they are faster than the other mountain bikers because they listen to the music before. This is the Wingwave app. Here you also can try this kind of self-coaching. And what you see on the right side is the word desire, and you see it very colorfully. And this is a method which we call magic words. We will also bring it to USA in March, yes. And Laura wants to publish another book with us about this element of Wingwave, but I want to show you what happens when you're using the app. Maybe you have a fear of exam, and your topic is, or your goal is that you want to feel more joy when you're making the exam, and then you can start a little program in the app, and later it looks like that. You see the fear is very, very faded away on the left side, and the joy is very strong and very colorful. And the magic words method is also, we are also using with children. Lola does this very successfully. This is the German word for fear, Angst. And she makes pictures with the children when she's coaching them. So this is a funny fear, you know. And when the children see that there is a funny fear, and a fairy is sparkling stars on the funny fear, then they have another connection with this word and helps them to overcome their fear. Lola does also make things like that, also with the children, but it's only helpful for adult people. Immune system, okay, or this. Yes, because it's doesn't avoid corona, but it helps the immune system to avoid stress. Yes, and the immune system does not like stress. And when you avoid is a new listening trigger for colors, for friendly faces, then the immune system maybe works a little bit more strongly. I don't want to promise, but this is the idea behind that. I think this is a good opportunity to listen to Lola, because Lola specialized in working with pupils, and we had a big research at the Sport University, not with sportsmen, but with pupils from 11 to 12 years, to find out if Wingwave could help them to become better at school, to suffer less from fear, to concentrate better, to make less mistakes in tests. And I want to give over to Lola to explain what she is doing. Christiane, you want to interrupt?
Yes, I would like to introduce actually Lola, because I haven't done that in the beginning. So
yes.
Please let me introduce your daughter, Lola
Yes.
Siegmund, and I'm gonna just pin myself for this one here. Okay, Lola Siegmund, business coach, training instructor, and managing director of the Besser-Siegmund Institute. She studied business psychology with a focus on coaching, training, and leadership, and founded together with Cora Siegmund the NLC approach, the neurolinguistic coaching approach. In the past few years, she further developed the Wingwave method, especially for the area of mental health in the workplace and for the topic Wingwave coaching for children. And with this, I would like to give the word to you, Lola.
Thank you so much, Christiane. It sounded so good to hear what I've all done in my life. And yes, I've grown up with the topic psychology. As you already could see, I'm a relative of Cora and also Harry Siegmund. And so I've been learning about NLP and psychology ever since I was a little child. And in the beginning, I didn't really know that it would be a really useful thing for me in my adult life, because in the first place, I studied illustration design and arts. But I already earned my money in our Besser-Siegmund Institute to pay my rent and my food and my party life. And then I already started to do NLP in our institute, and further deepened that at the NLPU in America. I stayed there for a long time at Robert Dills. I really liked being there, and was also a co-trainer there. And so I found out it's really something I like, and I enjoy being with people. So I further deepened my knowledge about psychology, NLP, and of course Wingwave further on. And now I'm a real big part in our institute and also give NLP and Wingwave trainings there. And as Cora already said, I'm specialized not only for businessmen, but also for children. And that's not only because I have a little child, but also because our clients always asked us, well, it works so well for me. Can you also work with my child, please? And we also wrote a book about it and collected all our material and translated our Wingwave method for children. And I also did some drawings for children. And I also would like to show you my little slide. I hope it will be quicker. Yes, I think it will work. Ta-da. Here we go. So what you can see here, that's me working with a child. She's about 10 years old, and we also developed some little figures for our coaching with children. They're called Wingwave, of course. These are little butterflies that also refer to our coaching method. And that's a really nice approach to work with children with little puppets. It's not only working with Wingwave that can wave away your problems and your fears. It can also be normal finger puppets like these. And the children can follow the figures with their eyes, but they also talk to these figures a lot. They tell them much more about their problems actually than they tell me. But that's not a problem because I'm always in a good communication with the figures. And we can make the coaching together, really. And my daughter told me she wants to have a photo inside this presentation too. So I added her. And it's not so far away from the topic because we also work with little children from the age of 4 years on. And basically, when they start to understand what it's all about with having power or being stressed with the fingers. Before the age of 4, we would always work systemically with the parents. And then it's also a really nice approach because if parents are stressed, children will react stressed too. And those of you who have children know it from doing homework with children or learning an instrument maybe, that it's a lot of the job from the parents to be in a good mood, to get the information to your children much better and to show them that it's fun actually to work like that, or to go to bed, to go to the toilet. It's always about a systemic topic too, and to be in a relaxed mode. So here I want to show you our German book, which is called Wingwave Coaching for Children and Juveniles. And there we collected, as I said, some material and also really nice ways of approaching our Wingwave coaching method to children. For example, we made this slide. We have it for grown-ups too, but this slide is for the children to show you where their emotional state is and their subjective well-being at this moment. Because it's like with grown-ups, you never know how touched a child is really by a topic. Or if the parents are actually more touched by the topic than the child. And with this slide, the child can already show, even though it cannot read or write yet, how well the child is feeling now at this moment and after the coaching. So you get into the topic really nicely. And here, these are just some examples. We expressed emotions like being happy, being sad, or having fear. And that's really nice for the children too, to communicate about their the world they're in at the moment, even though there are many more emotions, of course. I think it's a nice approach, and they get into this idea and they really have fun doing this coaching. And they also feel it's like magic when a problem, it doesn't need to go away, the problem. Sometimes they just feel better about having the problem, and that makes the problem go away in real life. That's really interesting. You can imagine it, or maybe you recall this time when you had to go to the toilet in front of everybody in your kita, we call it in Germany, where you're with all the children. And if you don't have such a stress with that anymore, then it suddenly works on its own, and the child feels it's not their fault. They don't have to be angry about themselves. It's just like magically goes away, and then it's really important for their self-confidence to feel that they now can handle their themes. Okay, but that's the same with grown-ups. Here you can see also how we work with little children. They already use the test, and they love it because it's already an intervention to see and to feel that beforehand you're really weak, and afterwards you're really strong facing your problems. For example, the topic homework. I don't know how it was in your country. In Germany, we had to do a lot of home studying, home office. So we experienced that families faced many problems at home. Suddenly, parents had to be teachers, and so the problems within families grew bigger and bigger. And what's really nice about Wingwave coaching, you not only work with one part of the family, we always invite many family members, or mother and child, or father and child, or even the whole system, if the child says it's okay for himself or herself. That's really important. And sometimes little children want to come alone and want to do their coaching alone, but sometimes very big children take their coaching sessions always with their parents, and that's totally fine, and always has a sense behind it. And what you can already also do, and that's always really fun, do the test with the mother when the child is getting really loud, and the child is being invited to say, no, I don't want that. And then you test mom, and it's a really good experience for the child to see that after the coaching, the mom will hold strongly and can smile even in this situation. And that's a really intensive intervention, because the child notices that a mom can handle this problem. So it's much more easy to let this problem go away, or to find other ways to look for the reaction on the other side. But also when you do coaching only with children, there are sometimes interesting problems. I love my work because I feel like Miss Marple. Yeah, I'm like a detective. I'm looking for stress triggers. And it's really funny, I think, that some people even have a phobia of the sheets with which you do mathematics. Yeah, when they only see this sheet where you do mathematics on, they already react really weak. And afterwards, strongly. So children already bring the whole all of their books they're studying with, and all of their material they're using for their tests, and then we can test all the topics and all of their homework, and after what they react strong to their school bag, and that's also a really nice intervention. Here, I thought it's really interesting for you. In our book, we collected also studies that have been done about Wingwave coaching. They haven't been done from us. It was Frank Weiland, who is promoting, I'm sorry, with the topic Wingwave coaching for children. And these studies were just published in a big scientific journal that's called Children. And that's, you can also find in the internet, that you can find all the results where the Wingwave works better than homeschooling, for example. And the stress is going lower after Wingwave coaching. And here in this slide, you can see the subjective feelings children or pupils had about the topic school in general. And as you can see before, blue is the Wingwave group, it was really bad and they had really bad feelings about school. And after the coaching, it got on the scale to the positive side. So they even had good emotions about the topic school. And after a period of time, about 6 to 8 weeks, it even got better. That's a really interesting and nice result, because it shows that not only the problem vanishes, but also the positive emotions grow. That's not only interesting for pupil, but also for sportsmen, for example, or for business, that it's not only about feeling neutral about your topic, it's also possible that you even feel joy or good emotions. For example, doing presentation in public. That's a topic like that, where sometimes people come to us having fear or trembling, and afterwards they even say, you know, I think it will be nice, and I even feel good about my presentation tomorrow. And here you see another statistic about a fear of exams. I think some of us know how it's like to have exams every day and being feared. And here you see in the beginning, the fear level was really high. And afterwards, it got significantly lower on the scale. And that's also a really nice result. Of course, with children, we use Wingwave music a lot, and we also developed an app in the App Store. Maybe you want to have a look at it maybe later. It's for free. And we developed it for people to work after the coaching and to work on their own. So you don't always need a Wingwave coach, but you can also do a really nice self-coaching with Wingwave, and we teach them in the coaching, and later on you can follow up on your own. And the arousal, that means the stress level, lowers while listening to it. Cora already told you. And you can use it not only if you have to do things you don't really like washing the dishes to lower your stress level, but also while you're doing homework. So it's really nice because you can apply it while you're doing the action that stresses, and you don't have to do something different like 10 minutes a day meditation or something. For some people that would also cause stress to do it every day. But with this, you can also already do something for yourself while you're in the action. And here you see, that's not from us, it's from a teacher. She's applying Wingwave at school for the students. And they have to do tasks like that, to write numbers all the way down and all day long. And you see there the writing is not so neatly. And in comparison afterwards, the numbers are much more neatly. And what we also found out in our studies, there are also less mistakes. And that's something really nice, not also for the student, but also for the teacher. Because teachers nowadays also have lots of problems with students being stressed in big classes, having lots of noises around. And they are also interesting in offering methods that help students being calm without, for example, medicine, or and they are also interested in having a good day with their students and having successes and achieve good grades. Yeah. It's not only for little children, but also for older children, like 12 to 18. And there, of course, we work a lot with self-confidence and the experience you have with yourself, especially in front of the mirror. That's what you see here. Because it's the age of doubting a lot about your body and how do I express myself, how do people react. And so that's one example, standing in front of a mirror until everything is strong. So that's a little overview about Wingwave coaching for children. And if you're further interested in that, you can also find information on our homepage, of course, but also on our YouTube channel, where I did this presentation a little bit longer. So if you would like, you can follow up on our Wingwave channel. We had a Congress, The Power of Life, and there you can see speakers about many topics, like, for example, Wingwave applied for children, or Wingwave applied for people who have dogs. That's also really interesting, because dogs, of course, also react on the stress of the holder. So, Christiane, I'm done with my presentation.
Perfect. Yeah, we just had a question in the chat, but your mother already answered that question, because when you talked about the coaching that they received for the Wingwave, you know, like what was the other group receiving any coaching? And Cora just answered that one, that they didn't get any other coaching. So basically it was versus coaching versus not coached. Okay.
Thank you.
But Christiane?
Yeah.
Cora talking, it was very interesting. There was the idea that they should get another coaching, but we couldn't find coaches with other methods who wanted to compare their method with only giving 3 sessions to the children. So in our design, it was only provided to give only 3 sessions. And coaches with other methods said that 3 sessions are not enough for their method. So they did it with a waiting group. And the other children got the Wingwave coaching later.
Yeah, and it was also, we discussed it actually a lot. We did other researches in comparison with other methods or other music types. For example, with Wingwave music, we compared it to classical music or to other silent music. So there are many researchers like that. But Frank said it was also, when they talked at university, they didn't find it nice to give the other children like a placebo, or not doing something that's really a good, wouldn't be a good help for them, or that they found out later they didn't receive it. So that's how we did it.
It's sometimes an ethic problem with children. So if it was not our idea, it was the idea of because when you make a design of a study and it is with children, then they have some other criteria. Like Lola already said, it's a no-go to offer placebos. But it would have been also interesting to offer another coaching, but it was not so easy to find colleagues who offer other coachings, who are willing to prove the method with only 2 or 3 sessions.
Mm-hmm. All right. Lola, do you want to stop your sharing? I think you're still showing your presentation.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I don't want to stop.
We have, I think, probably about 25 minutes or 30 minutes. Is there still time to do a live demonstration with any volunteer, if there's one?
Yes, if somebody is brave enough. We cannot show the test, but what we can show is how it helps to work with eye movements. Yes, and it is very interesting because we are just giving an online presentation, and we wrote another book. Laura, I think you have to make a little list book about for children, and this other book is Wingwave for online coaching, because you already saw that eye movements are very, very important for mental well-being. You remember the connectivity map, and when you are working with little things like smartphones or watching TV, or even also reading a book, your eyes are forced to look in the middle, always into the middle, and which doesn't allow to. Oh, Sorin is interested. Thank you, Sorin. Is the right pronunciation?
English. I speak English. I'm from Romania.
Yes, okay. And is Sorin or Sorin or
Sorin.
Sorin. So it's very nice that you want to join us and to try a little intervention. Okay. So Sorin, where are you?
I'm from Romania, Brașov.
Yes. Are you from Romania?
Yeah.
Are you in Romania now?
Yes, yes.
Yes. And have you already heard about Wingwave coaching?
Yes, because I also practice the Wingwave coaching.
Okay. Are you Wingwave coach, or have you been a client?
Coach. Also a client, but I'm coach.
Okay. And did you learn Wingwave with Christian?
Sorry?
Did you learn Wingwave with Christian?
Yes, yes. He was my trainer.
He was a trainer. Oh, nice. So there are a lot of coaches in Romania who are working with Wingwave. I'm very surprised and very pleased. So nice to meet you. Okay.
Nice
to
meet
you. I would like to make a little resource coaching with you. Okay. Not a coaching about a stress topic, but to enhance resources. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So, Christian, no, and sorry. We had so many contacts with Christian, so sorry, I concentrate on your name. So I would only ask you a little question, yes? And if you know the technique body scan?
Yes.
Yes. And I have a task for you, yes?
Okay.
I would like you to scan your body and to find out which cell of your body does give you the most comfort feeling in the moment. And please wait a little bit, you must scan everywhere. Yes, also the nose, also the knees, the tummy, and you have to find one cell in your body. Yes, which gives you the most comfort feeling in this moment. Where is it?
I think in the legs.
In the
legs.
Okay. Sorry, I only see a part of you, but I'm very sure you have two legs.
Yes.
So, is there one leg which feels a little bit better than the other?
I think the right one.
The right one, okay. And a leg is sometimes a little bit longer than the nose. Yes.
Okay.
And may you please tell me where in your leg is the little cell? Is it in the upper part, in the knee?
Upper the knee.
Okay. And is it on the skin or under the skin?
Under the skin.
How many millimeter or centimeter, like this or that or that?
I think 15 centimeters.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So it is really in the leg.
Yes, I feel in the leg.
Okay. And is it a warm feeling or a nice, cool feeling? It could be comfortable too.
A warm
warm one, yes. And is it a light or a strong feeling?
Light.
A light feeling, okay. So when the little cell starts to distribute the good energy into your body, how does the cell do it? Does it flow? Does it sparkle? Does it?
It's like expands.
It expands. Okay.
Expands, yeah.
Okay. So, and if you have a color or an image which could describe the nice feeling of the warm cell, 15 centimeter over your knee, in your leg, is it? But
I feel like it's like blue water.
Blue water, okay.
Yeah, and I feel like a flow. It expands very slow.
Okay. And Lola showed a scale to us. You remember, from -10 over 0 to +10. And I'm sure that if you want to tell us a number on the scale, I think it's on the plus side.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Is it 1 or 2 or 3, or what do you think?
Between 4 and 5.
Between
like
4 and 5, okay. Now I would like you to invite you for a little exercise, okay? Yes.
Okay.
And you are now looking on the screen. I do the same. Yes. But I know that you are sitting in a room.
Yes.
Okay. And the room has walls. Okay. And there's a wall on the left side. Is it the left side when I show like that? And the wall. And the wall on the other side. Yes.
I have. Yes.
Okay. So, and what I want you to try is to make smooth pursued eye movements. Okay.
Okay.
I will show you, and then I give you the kickoff, and you wait until I showed you what I want to you to try. Okay.
Okay.
I will show it to you. My eyes are also now walking or flowing from one wall to the other over the screen, but very slowly. And I make it in the middle, and then I make it above the middle, and later I make it a little bit down to the earth, and then I go into the middle again. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So now may you please concentrate on your magic cell. It's warm, it is over your knee, it is in the leg, it is warm, it's like blue water, yes?
Yes.
And now I would like you to concentrate and make some little spams, okay? Yes, and to one side, and slowly, slowly to the other side, back, very good. And a little bit higher on a deep level, yes. And I saw that you took a deeper breath. You realized? Yes.
I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay. And now I would like you to visit your magic cell again.
Okay.
And please tell me what is going on also with the scale.
Now it's from 7 to 8.
Okay.
And I also feel like that relaxation is also in the left leg and expands in my body.
Okay. May you
it's
please?
Like I forgot about the some social anxiety because I speak with you. I forgot about everything for a moment.
Okay. Yes, I have another idea for you. Okay. You make this movement with your arms. May you please repeat it? Yes. Okay. To your shoulder 7 to 8. 7 to 8. And if you like, you can keep your arms calm now. And I invite you to make another little session with you. You realize the deep breath. Yes, it came from your own, okay? And may you try it again. Please let your eyes walk around a little bit. Feel free to look everywhere. Slowly. There's the breath again, huh? And please say, very good, very good. And please say hello to your little magic cell again.
Hello.
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 How are you? How are you, little cell?
It's great now.
Yes?
Yes, and it is the same effect, but now is better. That sensation expands all around the body, and
Yes.
also influenced my mind. I don't have so many thoughts anymore.
Okay, make this. You make this with your arms. Here, your mind. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, thank you, Sarah. Okay.
Thank you.
So this is a little very easy to repeat. Yes, you make the body scan. You are searching for the cell who gives you the best feelings at this moment. You really concentrate on the cell, and then you make spams. Yes, because they found out that spams are enhancing good feelings, and they are helping learning, and then they are helping to learn motor skills too. And when I already told you that sportsmen who are playing in teams, that they are better players and they can so more precisely goals when they have good spams. And you can track spams with eye trackers. You know eye trackers?
Yeah.
Yes, it's computers like glasses, but they are computers, and they are tracking what your eyes are doing. And if there is a baseball team and they have more people in their team who have good spams, they are the better team. It's interesting, huh? There's another study about that. Thank you very much, Søren, for
You're welcome.
Yes, okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So this was the exercise.
Wonderful.
Cora, I have a suggestion, or I have a I wanted to ask. We could offer the people here today the same offer we gave at the Congress, the 10%. Would that be all right? If they were interested in getting the book today, I'll put that up here so that.
Yes.
Okay. I'll put in the chat the link to go to, and this is. And the code is in basically to use the code. We can use the code The Power of Life 10 at wingwave.com or wingwavebook.com. So you can either go to the link I've got there, or the shorter link is just wingwavebook.com. If you would like to read more about it, to understand the process of the background, the scientific background behind this method, and the process of using this method. It's an excellent information to read before going to Christiana in March. It's a really good idea.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And we are so happy, Laura, to have the book published in English. You know, it is not so easy to do it that way around. It is normal that books of psychological themes are translated from English into German and into other languages, but the other way around, it's not so easy. And I'm very happy that you did this project. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you all.
My pleasure. Thanks. Thank you.
Christiane, excuse me, I want to show one little thing, a little mini thing. Do you see now?
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay.
Oh, yeah.
This is the hotel where the training will take place. But I want to show you this. Maybe you are also like to go to YouTube and click on this video. It is in English language. It is, takes only 3.5 minutes. What is Wingwave explainer video, and there you also get short information about the method, how it works. Okay. And the other thing, what I showed, oh, I will try it again. Maybe Christiane, you tell us a little bit about the hotel I just showed to you.
Yeah, happy to do that. The hotel is the Sonesta Hotel in Redondo Beach. Used to be the Crown Plaza Hotel in Redondo Beach. They've changed their name last year. They have a wonderful opportunity for the seminar, for the Wingwave seminar in March. It has an extra lobby area, so there's a lot of privacy for practicing and all that. So it's wonderful. And they have a special group rate that we can book with them for people who would like to stay there for the 4 days. And so I would like to mention quickly from our side. So this Wingwave training, where you both will train everyone, which is an awesome opportunity to learn directly from the source themselves, with all the experience and everything directly. It's wonderful. It's a certification training for whoever wants to become a Wingwave coach. That will be the 31st of March to the 3rd of April, the 4 days, and it will be full days. There's a lot of value that comes in there, a lot of self-explanation and self-exploration for people who would like to learn this. And there's a lot of practice, one-on-ones with people, a lot of demonstrations, and then practicing a lot. I know because I've been several times to you in Hamburg learning this, and I always learned something more, and it was astonishing how many other coaches overcame things and practiced with each other and learned a lot. And so regarding the seminar, the information will be on the mindwellnesscoaching.com website, which is mine website, or of course it will be also under the events on the main wingwave.com website, right? Everyone can find the training there. And we would like to say that it's also ICF approved for getting the coaching, the core coaching and develop resource points there, the CCE, basically, that's what I want to say, so everyone can get extra rewards there. And for this particular event, by the end of January, until the end of January, we'd like to give a discount as well for early bird, of course, because we would like to make this attractive for anyone who was here. There will be a code, which is Wingwave USA, and you get a discount for that training there. So contact us and use the code until the end of January.
Okay.
Awesome. And I do have a couple of questions here that were written in there. I think it was a little explained also, how this is helpful in the business setting specifically. If you would like to mention something about that again, Cora, or?
Yes, we were really surprised because we were not very sure if it is a good name, Wingwave, the butterfly, and it's we thought maybe it's a little bit too esoteric or too spiritual. I'm a spiritual person, but you know what I mean. But we were really happy to say that in the business method is very welcome, especially Volkswagen or banks are using Wingwave. So, and or insurances or health centers. And we also have a big, how you call it, church in Trier. This is a town in Germany where the people who are working for this Catholic church are being coached with Wingwave. So in very conservative societies or groups, Wingwave is very well accepted because the business people say it is not so psychological. It's not like therapy. They appreciate that. you know, because they say you are only working with the topics you find out with the test. You're not offering other explanation, being a coach. You don't say to people you have to work with your anger or you have to make a family constellation. I love family constellations, but we also make the test, and the other one is a guide in the process. And I think that people who are working in business, that they appreciate very much that they are the managers and we are only the tester.
Yeah, thank you for explaining that. And just to explain it again, the Wingwave app is actually for free. There is one song for free. There's one song for free on there, but you can also download other music. There are other ways to use it. So it's wonderful. It's a bilateral stimulation this way. And that's something that anyone can download. You will find that on the Google Play, I think it was called, you know, to download it on the iPhone or on, what's the other one?
The Wingwave shop.
Thank you. So definitely that's there for free for anyone can try that one, but a headset, very well to use that one. And you can find the information on the YouTube video about that as well.
As I mentioned earlier, you can find many more information on our homepage. We also have it in English and many different languages, and there you also find examples of areas in which we apply this method. And I can also recommend to have a look at our Wingwave channel with this Power of Life Congress. There were also many speeches and talks in different languages, also in English. And as I said, we also have studies being published in English, like this journal Children is in English language, and also in brain and behavior. We had a really big study where you can read a lot about Wingwave, the background and the outcome of a Wingwave coaching session. And what I think is really interesting, especially in Germany, I don't know if you know it in America, it's DIN ISO. It's an organization that approves whether a method works well, not only methods, but also if a plane can fly and if everything is fixed and safe. So there's somebody coming, having a look whether the processes are done neatly. And we're not only a DIN ISO certified institute, our Besser-Siegmund Institute, but we also are the first coaching method that when you've done the coaching education and you're in our quality cycle, we had to add that for the DIN ISO, then you can say you've done a DIN ISO certified coaching education. And that's a lot of value if you're selling yourself as a coach, of course, because that's something businessmen understand, that our process is always more or less the same with every coach, and you can compare it really well, and also the education.
Great.
And also, if you want to know more, that's an important point that Lola just made. The ISO certification is basically the international certification
in every country.
or standardization organization, also in the US. It's a really important and very difficult to get seal of approval. So it's an amazing thing to have.
You can, as I said, if you're interested in that, after becoming a Wingwave coach, you can choose to be in our quality cycle, which is 150 euro a year. And then you can not only get discounts for more seminars, but you can get access to our teaching platform in the internet. You have a login, and you can also use this DIN ISO logo with your coach
number.
Yes. So that was a lot of work actually to get that approved.
Yeah.
We did that, and that's a really nice way to show, especially businessmen and companies that collect coaches and where coaches apply to, like big companies, and you want to get into the pool for these companies, and that's a really nice entrance.
All right, I think we're coming to an end. Unless anyone has a question still to ask, please raise your hand now. Well, then I would say thank you very much, Lola and Cora, and also Laura, to be here and to share all this knowledge and your stories. And if anyone is interested, we know where to find more information, the resources, to contact us there. So thank you very much. And
thank you, Christiane, for organizing this.
Very welcome. My pleasure.
Yes, we are looking very forward.
Yeah, me too. It's exciting.
Okay. Every year we hope you can come. Despite of Corona.
This year it will.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Waving.